Hi Virgo, quick PSA. Hope I can make it through this reading. Isn't she pretty? This is Virgo. But yes, a quick PSA. Do not try those DIY sugar waxes. I burnt my finger. I want to cry. It does hurt really, really bad. Say a prayer for me. I tried putting a band-aid on it and, like, stinging even worse, so I don't know what to do. Now you like have phantom pains in my other fingers, but I'm pressing on just for you, even though I might cry. So I pulled these cards on the side, for a Venus retrograde reading that I did not get around to doing. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, but I see retrogrades as reviews, so this is going to be, let's see if we have learned, right, what we are reviewing. God, this really hurts, guys. But I need to get these videos done. The things I do for... I'm hurting. This says, be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. I really like this card because it has the pyramids with like these ice castles in the middle. And we see the pyramids are very, what do they call it? Geometry, divine geometry, sacred geometry. They line up with planets. And they line up with points in the sky and stars, which is really interesting. We also have this woman right here, right? She's dreaming of the future, but she's in the present. So when I see the pyramids here and like alignment with the stars and all of that, I think this planet up here, not sure what it is, maybe Jupiter or something. But I think of divine timing for sure, for sure. But like planning for alignment, right? So we cannot control what goes on in the sky. We can't control these planets, but we can control like building these pyramids, right? Setting things up for alignment. So Virgo, let's see. We have goblins right here. So goblins are about wounding. It's about things in our childhood that, it's kind of like the devil card. It's our inner demons, right? So the things in our childhood that caused wounding. And so we created these goblins as sort of like self-protection. A small example I can give you is I have a childhood friend I grew up with, a boy, and we were a boy and a girl friends, and of course there were a bunch of people who would tease and be like, are you guys boyfriend and girlfriend? And I remember one day his sister and his older sister and their friends came in, and they were like coloring or something, and they asked the question, are you guys boyfriend and girlfriend? And my childhood friend said, no, it's not like that. And I remember thinking, oh, I never even thought of us as that. But now I don't have to worry about that, right? Like now I don't get a chance to go down that road. I know this is a long explanation. I'm seriously actually, writhing in pain and trying to push forward. But, so he like made up my mind for me, right? And, all of my friends who were girls, they would go out with boys, right? So little like playground, relationships would be had. And, he would go out with all of my girlfriends, and my girlfriends would go out with him. None of his guy friends wanted anything to do with me. So I took like all of this rejection that I experienced as a kid, and as a way to self-protect myself, to preserve myself, I developed this mindset to where I just assumed no one was into me, right? Like, if anyone was into me, then it would be like a happy surprise, right? But I went through life just assuming like no one wants my ass. It's okay, you know, I'll just do my own thing. But eventually, like, what has led to adulthood, you know, it like protected me from a lot of things as a child. You know, I was a late bloomer. I didn't go out with very many, with any boys in elementary school and middle school, but all my friends had like, you know, 50 different ex-boyfriends. And I didn't even kiss a boy until I was like 16. I don't know. Anyway, so, that sort of self-preservation that I created, like that assumption that no one likes me, that is a little goblin. And it was there to protect me so that I didn't, you know, get pregnant right out of high school or marry the first guy who said he loved me or anything like that, right? But in adulthood, those goblins don't serve me. They don't, like, assuming no one is into me has really affected my self-worth and my self-esteem. So, something like that. I know that was a long explanation. Thank you for bearing with me. And you'll have something very personal for you. I'd love to hear about it, but it's something like that. It's something that, it's a wounding that happens when we're young that kind of protects us, but then as we get older, we outgrow that mindset. Sorry for the long explanation again. Let's get on to your other card. We have the Knave of Chalices reversed. So the Knave of Chalices, you could be dealing with a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. My finger. My finger. And this deck, it's like throbbing, guys. In this deck, this guy is in a dry, hot desert. And he is taking his stick and he's in search for water. The chalices are water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. He is looking for water. He knows that water is around because we see these trees, right? We see growth. So we know that there has to be some sort of water source, but it's not like right in front of our faces. So we have to go beneath the surface to get water. And water represents emotion. So whenever it's reversed, the Knave of Cups or the Knave of Chalices reversed can be kind of a shy energy. Maybe you're shy because of this wounding, right? Because of whatever story you had to tell yourself to get through in the past, right? Maybe you've been thinking too much in the past and you need to focus on right here and now and the future. Because the past, like, you've outgrown it. It's irrelevant now. But this can definitely be talking about childhood issues since we do have a Knave that's like the Page. Anyway, so I feel like this Knave of Chalices, maybe it is a good thing I rambled on about my personal issues. But this Knave of Chalices, it's like he's shy. He doesn't want to get rejected. But it's like he can't find the emotion, right? He can't find the love source. He doesn't see the love. The love is there because obviously we see these trees, but he's like blind to these trees. He's blind to this growth. He's blind to the water source. So it's like he doesn't want to take a risk. He doesn't want to put his heart out there because he doesn't know if there's any source to it. But again, I think that's just a story he's told himself. Okay, let me try and shuffle these. I practiced a little bit. This hurted. This hurts. This hurts. Of course, I want you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can also participate in the Morgan-GREER Tarot in a 10 contest. Still going on. Slowly but surely. Guys. Please surround us with the warm, light, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all for Virgo and all those who love Virgo. I'm not going to do very many shuffles. Just one more. It's like all down my hand. Did I tell you I have like phantom pains? It's like other fingers are feeling it too. My poor fingers. Okay. Thank you, Virgo. Thank you for being here with me through this. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands reversed is a card about defensiveness. So let's keep that in mind. You could be going through some heartbreak, but it's like you're mending a broken heart, because we have the Three of Swords here. The Three of Swords, obviously, it's a very, you know, sad card, because we have three swords going through your heart. One here, one here, one here. Sometimes it can speak of third-party situations. And third party does not mean, it does not have to mean, excuse me, it does not have to mean another person, right? It doesn't have to mean someone's cheating. It can mean like someone is paying more attention to their family at this time, or someone is buried in their career, or something like that. But you're healing it, you're getting through it, and it's a, was this reversed, or I feel like it was upright. Can't remember. But you're in this period of seeing different perspectives and gaining enlightenment. It's like you would not have gotten this perspective if you had not gone through a heartbreak, right? So this heartbreak may be a challenge to go through, maybe you know, a really sad experience, but it has enlightened you. It has illuminated things that you did not see before. The Hanged Man, he's hanging upside down. The blood is running to his head. Usually it shows like an aura around him right here. So kind of like a light bulb going off, but it's a result of not seeing things the way you've always seen them, right? Like, yeah, a different perspective. In your thoughts position, what's above you, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So you want something committed. You are committed to something, and you want that commitment reflected back to you. The Ten of Pentacles, it's about, you know, the principle of soulmates. Some people view soulmates or twin flames, or however you want to call it, marriage partners. Some people view them as their missing piece, right? Their other half, right? Like you would not be, like you couldn't stand alone without them. But the evolving, excuse me, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm so, like, slow today. The evolving perspective of this, remember, we're talking about a perspective. Perspectives, excuse me, is two whole people meeting with each other, right? So we're not incomplete people. We're two whole people coming together. So the Ten of Pentacles is definitely that. Before the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card about independence, about paying your own bills, doing your own thing, being in your own personhood, being your own person, being able to sustain yourself, right? Financially especially, but it is a card about being self-assured and okay with being single. When we move on to the Ten of Pentacles, this is about finding the long-term stability, like realizing someone else is an asset, right? Like we can go through life just by ourselves, but it takes more time, energy, effort, and money. So when we partner with someone, then it's like our abundance doubles, right? And you want someone who is that Nine of Pentacles themselves. And whenever we reach the Nine of Pentacles, we're at a place where we don't settle for less. We don't just settle for anyone who comes along, because we have created a life where we have the house, the car, pay our bills on time, you know, good food, good wine, and anyone who wants to come into this life that we've cultivated for ourselves is is a bonus, right? And they have to meet your standards, or else what good is the effort you put into yourself, right? So these are two whole people. These are not two people who are looking to, you know, fill a missing piece in. These are two people who want to invest in someone who they deem as valuable, right? So these are two people of value. In the past, what you're leaving behind, we have the Six of Pentacles. So you are leaving behind situations, people in situations where there was an unequal give and take, where you might have given too much and the other person just take, right? Or you might have taken too much and not have given yourself to that other person, right? And so that other person might have overgave. But the Six of Pentacles, it's sorry. The Six of Pentacles, in regards to this, it's like perhaps you were this Nine of Pentacles, but giving away like your store to people who did not deserve, who were not your equal, right? Who were not your match, right? Who, it's like this side is whole, this side is whole, right? Two wholes coming together. This is about balance, and this is like two balancing energies. In your foundation, we have the Two of Cups. So you may have run into partners, you know, like this Six of Pentacles, who were not on your level, did not match your value, did not sort of see you, right? They didn't see, these people are looking into each other's eyes. It's like they can see each other's soul, right? And so you may have been in relationships and situations where people could not see past the eyes, right? People could not see your soul. And I feel like you might have, in the past, you might have taken this as a rejection, right? Like this goblins. There's a reason why I went on that long-ass story. You might have taken this as rejection in the past, but it was actually like they weren't whole enough for you. I feel like they weren't matching you. Like you took it personally, but actually like you were the better person in a lot of ways. And people who may have dumped you, people who may have rejected you or anything like that. I feel like something happened like that. You took it personally, but you were the one of value. And like somehow it threw your self-esteem off or made you feel devalued when it was like you dodged a bullet. Ahead of you, we have the Temperance reverse. So be careful not to overdrink, overeat, overdo yourself, overwork, too much sex, too much masturbation, too much, drugs, drinking, staying up late, just too much of anything. So be mindful of that. We have two energies of balance, right? We see this guy who is pouring one cup into another cup, 1 cup of water into another cup. He has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in water. Gross. Hold on. Sorry. Another bugaboo about that stupid sugar wax is that it gets everywhere. Like, at least it's edible, but it's like tacky caramel stuff all over the place. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Just get your legs waxed. But we have two imbalances here. And I just want you to be mindful that whatever disconnect is happening, it's not a reflection on you. I also want to say, if you are waiting on someone, because we have the Hanged Man, and, hold on, guys, my fingers. If you are waiting for someone, there's some sort of disconnect. I don't feel like all is lost. You know, if we have this Ten of Pentacles here, I feel like it's your perspective. And I also feel like I've been saying this to you, Virgo, that it's not you. It's like, look at it in a different way. And we have this Goblins here, right? So it's like this disconnect that you might feel. Perhaps they're just going through their own thing, and it's not it's nothing you should take personally. And this person might be committed to you, whether they're saying so or not. And even if they're not, I want you to keep this idea of commitment, this idea of I'm in this for the long haul, and not take it like, you know, you are the fuck up. Sorry for my language. You might also, some past life regression therapy sometimes helps with childhood stuff. One more shuffle for Virgo and all those who love Virgo. What does this Temperance card mean? There can also be, this Temperance card can also mean impatience. It doesn't necessarily have to mean, you know, a lack of moderation. I also want to say that you do have angelic guidance around you. And so be careful not to be this, like, fallen angel. Although, if this was reversed and I accidentally read it upright, then this could talk about martyrdom. So it's like, maybe you need to fall as an angel. Let's see what the clarifiers are before I babble more. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles reversed again. Unequal. I think there's going to be some fear around competition, right? And competition, sexual competition, because we have the Knight of Acorns right here reversed, and he's the player. And then the Five of Wands is a card about competition, but it's reversed. So I feel like Sagittarius is a big energy right here, so you could be dealing with Sagittarius. But I feel like if there are fears that you're competing with someone, I feel like it's a goblin. I don't feel like they're legitimate fears. And the best way to get rid of that anxiety is to not compete. Like, look at yourself as someone who can't be compared to anyone else. You are your own unique person, right? So if you feel like this disconnect is going to move on to someone else, I'm really not getting that. I mean, we'll have to see over here. By the way, I am doing an extended reading on my Patreon. Yes, I opened up a Patreon. I'll put it in the description box below. You can also check out my Etsy for a personal reading. I am offering 2019 readings. I will soon post general ones on this site, but I'll definitely want to book a 2019 reading as soon as possible before they all go away. Thank you so much for dealing with my my lack of words and my my pain as I try to make it through this blister. But yes, join me over on Patreon to see the rest of this reading. You'll get angelic guidance and you'll get an affirmation that will help you along this journey. I would like to find out what's going on in this situation. I love you very, very much, Virgo, and I will see you next time. Bye. Like that.